family. We're having a
happy families.
having a nice family breakfast as we recap Stepfather from the 80s.
There's gonna be a new, or maybe it was, I don't remember. I think there was a remake.
There's a sequel and a remake.
And my lips are so dry, I can't smile. Now I can.
Why are people messing around with a good thing? Not your lips. Remaking movies. Your lips are nice.
You're kissing. Yeah.
Yeah.
We watched the first one, the old one. It's usually the good one.
Yeah. Well.
I like the movie. I really liked it. Thought it was good.
Yeah, I think it was a good choice by me.
Good job.
To pick it.
Good job.
And that's it. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Follow Yael Matt Recap
No.
on LinkedIn.
What? No, don't follow us on LinkedIn. LinkedIn? How do you say that?
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn. No, don't. We're not there. I am there, but I'm never there. I have an account and never go in.
Yeah.
I still don't understand exactly what I should do.
Well, the movie starts in a nice suburban neighborhood around fall. There's leaves on the ground.
Beautiful.
Kids riding bikes.
No, it was the guy with the papers.
Newspaper delivery boy. One kid riding a bike. Sorry, there were probably other kids riding bikes off screen. And then you go into this your old typical white picket fence, 2-story home, and you see a man with a beard and glasses, covered in blood. Covered in blood. Just kind of casually disrobing, taking a shower, and
he's naked, yay!
Yeah, and then he starts to do
You can see his butt and his front.
little beard is front.
Yeah, you couldn't see through the mirror? Like,
Saw a penis?
Yeah.
I didn't see any
I
penis.
saw a penis.
I don't think there was any penis shown.
There is a penis. Oh my god. We're gonna watch it again and see his penis again.
Alright, so you get some good dick action so far. And
First scene, boom, nude.
so he gets cleaned up, transforms his identity, walks downstairs, picks up a kid's toy that was left on the floor, puts it back at its place, then casually walks over a carnage-filled scene, blood, dead bodies, multiple children, and a wife face down. Walks outside, picks up the newspaper, and begins walking down the street. And that's the beginning of the movie. Then he takes a ferry. He's on a ferry with his suitcase, which he casually dumps over the side. Pollution, that's not good.
Yeah.
1 year later. Dun, dun,
I like the
dun.
music.
Yeah.
It was like a Ghostbusters movie music. Yeah.
I don't think it was quite as upbeat as Ghostbusters.
Not exactly the same music, but it was the same, like, time. So, 80s, like, piano.
Yeah,
or
synthesizers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
It's cool, I liked it.
Yeah, good vibe, good music. Terrible.
Oh, by the way,
crowds.
when he left the house, he was whistling. What was that?
I don't know, whistle while you work.
No, it was no.
He was whistling. He's good
Yeah,
at
something
whistling.
from Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, something that's already also been used in Bugs Bunny.
A lot.
Yeah. So, 1 year later, a teen girl comes home.
But he whistles so good. It wasn't. I couldn't believe that.
The
whistle.
whistling should be on the soundtrack. If it's not,
Yes.
some 80s record executive
It's amazing. I
should
think
have
they
been
did
fired.
it. They probably did it with a synthesizer.
Yeah, he was whistling through a piano.
Yeah, it was extremely good. Like, very balanced, very strong. I don't believe that the human body can
Alright,
do it. No.
let's keep going.
Alright.
Enough of whistle praising. So a teen girl comes home.
Oh, and by the way, when he threw the suitcase in the beginning, I thought it's like parts of body, and it reminded me a terrible story that happened in Israel. A grandfather and a mother murdered their Rose, their granddaughter. She was a kid, and they threw her in a suitcase inside of a river, Ercon, and people found it, and it was terrible.
Yeah.
And that's like a sad thing, but it's like horror stories are really sad if you think about it. If it would be real.
Yeah. You get a. I feel
When
like
the dog dies all the time.
Yeah. It's a damn shame.
Yeah. No, but it is terrible.
But guess what? Spoiler alert, there's a cute dog that shows up in this movie.
But good
Doesn't-
news for me.
Doesn't die. But,
And nothing happened to it. Like it disappeared.
well, you just don't see it
Yeah.
at the end.
I know.
I assume
Which is
that
weird.
they had him put to sleep.
What? No.
Well, he was a gift from the
No,
bad guy.
don't
We're getting
say
ahead of
that.
ourselves. All right, first of all, it's a year later. A teen girl comes home. Her mother is playfully starting a leave fight with her. Honk honk. Jerry's home. And look who it is. This Mr. Cleaned Up Killer from the year before. And he's got a surprise for Stephanie. It's a dog with no name.
When she came home, she was walking. So if you're listening right now, just go to the movie and check it out. But in the 80s, so girls, when they used to walk like this, with a ponytail.
You weren't around in the 80s. You don't know.
I see that in movies. That was it.
Those are just actresses. So,
When they're walking, it's like, but perfectly, not like mine.
yeah.
I'm like, why are you walking like that?
So
How did they?
we learned a little early about the relationship between Jerry and Stephanie, the teenage
She's
girl.
scared.
Well, not she's scared. She doesn't really like him. He says gives her a dog,
She says.
but she likes the
she's
dog.
scared.
Yet later she becomes scared. She doesn't like the fact that he says that's my girl because she does not feel like that. So she leaves to go to the therapist. Talks about the death of her real father, how she's getting in trouble with school, how her stepfather wouldn't be there if her dad was still alive.
Yeah,
No shit. That's how it works. And her mom will be okay.
She has a weird relationship with a therapist.
He's her friend.
Yeah, it looks like he wants to fuck her somehow.
I don't think that didn't get that impression at all.
I did.
So,
And also in the first scene that she's seeing him, he has a desk.
he's
and
at a desk because she's standing and pacing.
Yeah, and I thought like maybe it's like a school therapist or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, it was weird. Like therapists shouldn't have a desk. You should.
Hey, I'm not trying to tell therapists how to do their jobs.
My therapist doesn't have a desk.
Sentence? Does he? Does he have a desk?
He has my words to complete the sentence.
Yeah. So she talks about that typical teen angst. Jerry is a real estate agent. He's trying to sell a house to a family. They got a little girl. He's trying to sweeten her up. Tells her this got a swing set out back, and he says he has a daughter. Her name is Stephanie. And then asks her what grade she's in. She says 3rd grade. And he says, oh, I remember when Jill was in the 3rd grade. And she says, who's Jill? Ooh. And he says, oh, she's the girl in the family that I murdered.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't
I
say
didn't say
that.
that. But I forgot to say something.
What?
When like you see him together with the mom, like shaved and stuff, and then you're like, so I wrote my, not conclusion. How do you say that? My theory. Oh, and I actually wrote he gets together with mothers with kids, then kill them. So that's when I understood the movie. And then when he got her the dog, I wrote a dog and said emoji next to it.
She wrote an emoji.
No, what? No.
She just wrote a sad face.
Sad face.
Yeah, you can't have emojis with a pen.
And I said this one already, so I'm not gonna say it again. But now they're curious. What did I say?
A therapist has a desk.
And so the.
I said it.
Okay, thank you.
It's different.
Thank you. I feel better now.
Yeah.
And the real estate company that he works for calls American Eagle, and they use the same sign of American Eagle, the outfits.
Yeah, I think this is a long time before American Eagle.
Yeah, so I
apparel
wrote
came
maybe
out.
they started as a real estate, and then they're like, no, it doesn't work. It's hard. Let's find something else.
Yeah, or maybe a clothing manufacturer saw
for real estate agents.
yeah, that
And then they're like, okay,
the
we can do
popular
it for
21st century 21 blazers. Those are big. Yeah, maybe American Eagle just saw this wasn't copywritten, and they thought, this is a great movie. People love the real estate agency that Jerry works at in
Maybe we're gonna
Stepfather.
get murdered one day soon too.
So we'll get
Sooner or later.
young preppy kids to wear these clothing. Yeah. So Stephanie fights in school. He says she's getting suspended, getting kicked out. She wants to go to boarding school, but Jerry doesn't want to break up the family. So Stephanie tells her mom later she thinks something's so weird about Jerry. And in the bedroom, Jerry is watching an episode of Mr. Ed, which, if you're not familiar, is a show from, I think, the 50s about a man named Wilbur who has a talking horse in his barn named Ed. And Jerry is getting a real kick out of it. I'm getting a kick out of it. I used to like watching it on Nick at Night when I was a kid.
We're gonna watch one episode and recap it for you.
Okay. And so Jerry tells his wife that he used to watch this as a kid. And she's like, "Oh, Jerry, you never tell me about your past." He says, "Well, my past didn't matter until I met you." Dun dun.
No.
Weird, mysterious.
Not mysterious, kitschy.
And then they start having...
Really, my past didn't happen since I met
Your
you.
past didn't happen since I met you. That's true. It's been all present since then. So
You're my future.
So they have a SEX.
And she's hearing that.
Stephanie is hearing that.
I couldn't wait for the podcast, but if you ever heard your parents having sex, read us like the story. It sounds fun. It's a fun
The
story.
story?
Yeah, it's like a fun story. Like, yeah, I was walking on my parents while they're... I don't know, my parents got divorced when I was a year old.
Yeah.
And then he started to say that, like, I was in the room when they had sex. And I'm like...
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe. And then he started to call me to say that I'm
your mom
disgusting.
told me.
What?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
When your mom was staying with us, she says, "Oh yeah, when Yael was a baby, she would sleep in the same room, and me and her father would make love."
Oh, come on! Stop! No, she didn't tell him anything like that.
No, but you know, it's probably a thing. You probably didn't have your own room. They wanted you to be close.
Yeah, but I
they
don't
have
think that
baby
they're
monitors in Israel, so.
Excuse me? Oh my god.
All right. So,
Yeah, but he heard his parents having sex.
Yeah.
I don't.
So one.
I'm the lucky one.
We get to meet some new characters now. There's a guy. He's kind of a loose cannon. It turns out he was the brother of the woman who was
Before
killed.
that, you see like a big sign, Seattle. Can we go to Seattle?
Maybe.
Okay.
So Jim is his name. Jim is the brother. His sister was killed in the massacre the year before, and he drives up to the house that it happened in, which is all boarded up and scary looking now, because that's what happens with crime scenes. But he owns it. He inherited this house, so it went to shit pretty bad in a year. It looked fine on the outside when Jerry walked out of it in the beginning, and the inside was a bit of a mess. And so he brings a reporter from the newspaper about him. He's like, "I can't believe that this story's not active. They never caught the guy. The police pretty much gave up on it. I have theory that he's done this before." He had a theory that because he quit his job 3 weeks prior to the murders, that he was going out setting up a new life. But he would still come back like he had worked his day job all day. And so he started drawing a circle around Seattle, trying to figure out, he's like, he could have gone this far. So
Yeah, because in a year you can't get anywhere. It's only you can stay around Seattle.
He's got this harebrained theory. No, not to travel in a year. He had a year that in the month that he quit his job, he was starting a new life. So he was going to a new town and either starting a job or looking for single moms to start banging. And the reporter says he'll write the story, but he says you got to post a picture. Maybe someone will recognize him, and if you post it in like these areas around here, it'll get distributed. And the reporter, he takes him inside the house. He's very reluctant, but sees an old crime scene. Gross.
I wanted to say something, but it didn't let me know. I don't remember what was that.
You forgot to tap me.
Not tap you. I'm gonna punch you.
But I'm not reading. I'm talking.
But I'm trying to say something.
Okay, well.
You're reading.
Sound it out. I'm not reading.
You're reading the movie.
I'm not reading. I'm telling you about it. So, the reporter.
So I was a little bit sad because I always wanted a stepfather. But I was also a little bit relieved that I never had one that killing us. So it's nice.
Yeah.
Look at the bright side.
You
Hey,
know?
my mom never got me a stepfather.
Well, you don't live somewhere that you can travel to by ferry, so I think that's what you're saying.
That's why.
That's why you're saying.
That's why my mom didn't get us a stepfather.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we both the father too.
So
Strong and.
So we know there's a character, and he's on to Jerry in some way. He's got this.
Maddie, you're the father I've never. You're the stepfather I've never had. Don't murder me, please.
Okay.
I have my father though. I don't have a step one.
Yeah. Okay. So the Jerry has a barbecue. He invites over all of his real estate clients, the first 5 people that he sold homes to when he moved there a year ago. Gives some wholesome speech. Wants to get a picture of his family. So.
Here I started to get confused because it's been a year, and in a year, it's been a year since the real father died, and in less than a year, he came over. He started he sold so many houses. He started his life. They got married, and it's kind of weird.
Hey,
we got married right away. So
some people rush into
that's
things.
the way you do that.
And some people rush into things.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Sometimes it ends in gruesome murder.
Yeah.
So keep listening to the podcast, and if we stop airing them, you know what happened.
Yeah. Send us a mail or something, or come knock on the door.
Yes. So we'll have to buzz in, but.
Buzz into 12A.
Take a
They're
ferry
upstairs
over
and we
to our
hate them.
house and check us out. So the party, they bring Stephanie up to get a picture. She's uncomfortable. Picture of the family. She doesn't feel like this asshole is part of their family. And then the fellas around the kitchen table or the picnic table are talking about this store. Who brings a newspaper to a barbecue? But they're talking about the...
Maybe it was just there.
Story about this guy who killed his family there last year, and he reacts to it
I
odd.
imagine one of the guests with a newspaper in the pocket and then in the right hand, I want to talk with you about this article.
Oh, I mean, I've definitely been to some parties where I knew I would be bored, so I'm like, I'm gonna bring something to read.
Oh my God, you're such a geek.
Yeah, but now everyone does that because they have their phones. So,
oh yeah. Yeah, but they really boring. So it's not
How do you know what is read at newspapers? At barbecues.
A phone?
So.
We have barbecues in Israel.
Really? But you don't have
Surprise.
ferries.
With kosher
Or
food.
baby monitors.
We do it. What? We don't have ferries, no.
Yeah.
Israel, it's too small. You can walk.
So
or swim.
He reacts real strange to the story, and he said maybe they disappointed him, and when he talks about the guy killing his family, and he folds over the paper. He makes up a little newspaper hat out of it, and puts it on a little kid at the party. You critiqued his hat.
Yeah, because at the end you need to fold the edges on the spitzim. How do you call it?
On the spitzim, on the brim.
Yeah, no, on the corners. Fold it.
Yeah.
It would be nice.
I mean, that kind of hat is never gonna float down into a sewer grate in Derry, Maine.
Yeah, it was a big one.
So gives it to the kid.
Jackson Union. What's the name of it? Union.
Jackson Union.
No, it's Jackson Street with Union. With Union Street.
What are we talking about?
We're
in it. Okay.
In it.
No, we don't need to. I don't know. So they.
Union Square.
You're becoming a New Englander when you start talking about directions and streets with no context. So good job.
Yay!
So
I'm a new English person.
Stephanie is downstairs in the cellar. I don't know if they had these in Israel, but sometimes people have an extra freezer where they keep they keep meat and stuff.
We do. My mom just told you yesterday that we have 30 people in Friday night dinners.
Yeah,
Where do you think for one freezer would be enough?
You go buy it at the Jewish supermarket.
No, we need another freezer for the.
Okay, well I know you guys have multiple fridges anyway for kosher and for dairy and.
No, not with freezer.
Fridges have freezers attached to them.
Yes, but not with them. That's not. It doesn't matter. The kosher food
You have
can be
fridges
closed.
without freezers?
No, but we do have a lot of freezers without fridges.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but the sinks might be like separate, so you have like meat and dairy. But the freezer is the same
So
one.
in other
We use
words,
the same
I'm
one.
right. Let's continue.
Okay.
So Stephanie's downstairs
Kosher facts with
Get-
Yael Gavish.
getting some dairy ice cream to be eaten with meat.
From the dairy freezer.
And she goes down to the basement, and she's down there, and Jerry comes down and starts having a tantrum, starts yelling and smashing shit. Why won't they leave me alone? You're a good boy. You gotta keep this family together. And then Stephanie witnesses it. She starts to leave.
That's not exactly how we talked. It was.
Well, okay, he might have not done the
Well,
but he was mumble yelling and pounding things, and thrashing around. Stephanie says, doesn't know what to say, and he's like, "It's okay, honey. You know, I'm a salesman. I have to smile all the time. Sometimes I just gotta let out some steam.
Matt is looking at me creepy.
And
No.
I'm a good boy.
If you'll just listen. I'm
a
scared.
good boy."
Come look for me.
So Stephanie's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, but the funny fact is, it was like.
She already didn't like the guy. Now I think she's becoming scared of him. You said she was scared at the beginning. She wasn't really scared.
Yeah,
She
but
thought he was an asshole.
I have something to say!
Say it!
You don't let me. So he kept telling her.
Then-
So, fuck you. He kept telling her, I'm a salesperson, you know how is it? You know how is it, you know? And I'm like, no, she's
Yeah.
in high school. She doesn't know what it, like, no. She
Yeah.
still didn't become a salesperson.
She might have sold Girl Scout cookies when she was a kid.
Nah.
She knows the industry. Real
Hard to
estate.
smile all day.
Samoas.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Standing outside supermarkets because you're too lazy to go to people's doors? I know all your
Stand in
tricks,
the mall.
Girl Scout cookie girls.
Yeah.
Standing
Smile
at the
all
tea
day.
station.
Smile all day and then go back to
Standing outside
Their
grocery
sellers.
stores. Yeah.
and scream mirrors.
So Stephanie is thinking about this. What's going on? What the fuck? She goes back to the backyard and she unfolds the newspaper and she sees the story. So she's like, oh wow, my vast conspiracies are coming true. So she starts talking to her friend about it and says she's going to write to the newspaper and ask for a photo of the killer. What? You're hand gesturing me to
Because you
continue.
keep-
Do you have
you keep-
something to say?
No, but you keep telling every detail in the movie.
It's a recap. I'm telling what happened.
Yes, but you're telling what happened. It's like, I watched the movie already. I'm getting bored.
Okay, yeah, I remember you said that last time.
Dance.
Yeah. So, what the visiting brother is upset that with the newspaper writer that the photo didn't get published. She talks to the therapist about boarding school. Jerry gets the mail. And he's like, what the fuck? But he didn't say that because he's wholesome. He just opens it and
Also,
sees
I
a
feel like
picture.
that in the 80s, they didn't use what the fuck that much as today.
What on earth?
What on earth, you see? Maybe
Yeah.
he said that in his mind.
Yeah, he opens the mail, and this is a tense moment. He opens the mail and he sees a picture of what he used to look like with a beard and hair.
He didn't like that. I'm like, what? That's...
And it looks like his comedy headshot.
Yeah, it was a really good headshot.
Yeah. Yeah. And so she comes home, like, while he's got that in his hand, so he puts it behind his back, and she asks, is there any mail from me? And he says, yeah, but I don't think it's something you should be seeing, or something you should be looking at.
And she's coming back home with a weird hipster's bikes. I hate those bikes.
It's just an 80s regular bicycle. It's
Yeah.
a weird hipster
Yeah,
bike
now it's only hipsters, isn't it? Like those, like...
with big handlebars.
Yeah, and every time they say... Yeah, but the chair is like way higher than the handlebars.
And it's all about personal comfort.
So every time I see someone, I'm like, you're gonna roll forward. It stresses me. I prefer my scooter. My seat is not higher than the handlebars. No seat.
Yeah.
It's a good
So,
exercise.
I don't want to tell you everything that happens in the movie. 'cause
Thank you,
she
we
saw
appreciate it.
But the action keeps continuing. The story is rolling. He knows that she has suspicions. Jim, the brother, goes to the police station, and he's just going to local towns. They don't really know what town he's in. He goes to talk to the lieutenant, and the lieutenant basically just recommends that he gets a gun and looks for him on his own, which is it's lazy police work.
Yeah, but it's still American thing. In
very American.
Israel, you wouldn't hear that.
No,
Get a
because-
gun and go find him.
No, because he would already have a gun.
No, we don't have guns.
You give teenagers guns.
No,
It's
they're
the
not
law.
teenagers, and it's not the
18
law,
years
and
old.
they don't give guns to everyone that is in the army. I didn't have a gun. They
Yeah.
didn't trust me. My sister is keeping other things done, so she got a gun.
Yeah.
But my other sister, she'd never. I don't know. They gave me in the army one time to practice my skills because I had to do a guard duty, and because my base was in Tel Aviv and no one believed in us, so they gave us how do you call the practicing thing, shooting.
A shooting range?
Yeah, it was 5 minutes, but the guns were real, but it wasn't real guns. They didn't shoot. It was a laser thing, and it was so embarrassing. I was like, seriously, you don't believe?
Saving money on bullets.
No, it's not saving money on bullets. They're like, you suck, all of you, all of the people that serve in this base. You know nothing, and we don't trust any one of you, and we don't want you to actually shoot. So you can play with this for 5 minutes, and then we're gonna say okay, you're qualified to do the guard duty.
Well, you have laser tag in Israel, right?
Yes. No,
You could be security. You could be security there. For
Yeah.
laser tag.
We also have shockers.
It's good training. Yeah, but that's not. No, kids don't go to the bowling alley and the taser tag.
I think we have laser tags. It's not a big thing though.
Well,
We have the real ones. When you're
they have
18.
real
so
lasers.
No, we have real guns to shoot when you're 18, so you can wait to the real thing.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So, what's happening now is the therapist wants to talk to Jerry about Stephanie going to boarding school.
I
Jerry.
swear to God, he's not masturbating. If you're watching right now, it's just shaking his cup of coffee.
Yeah, I don't think
It
it
does-
looks like I'm masturbating.
Man, it looks like you do that.
You can't see me. First of all, that's not how I masturbate. I masturbate with both hands.
With a vacuum cleaner.
And the camera is usually tilted down a little bit more when I masturbate. Check out my masturbation page on YouTube /MattKonaJO.
Oh my god.
So Jerry is avoiding the therapist call, and then eventually Jerry just gets her back into school. He sweet talks the principal or the superintendent, but the therapist still wants to talk to him, and he realizes the only way he can do it is by tricking him. So
I didn't understand why he was so against talking to him. Did he know him?
The therapist?
Yeah.
No, I feel like because Jerry is a psychologically damaged person,
Oh yeah.
he thinks that
Obviously.
if a therapist is going to talk to him, he's going to try to open up some doors that Jerry doesn't want to open.
Okay.
So, and then we'll see that soon because the therapist kind of sneakily sets up an appointment to look at a house. And Jerry, that's the only way you can talk to Jerry. So he goes there, but he doesn't really say who he is. He just says that he's a confirmed bachelor and he's looking for a new place to live. He kind of shit talks the aspects of family life. And Jerry he seems annoyed, like he's pushing his buttons by saying all these things. And then Jerry catches him in a lie because the therapist mentions his wife, because he's really married, he has a kid. And then he begins to beat on him with a 2x4 until he is dead. And this is the first real death on screen that we see in the movie, because the family in the beginning was already murdered. It's pretty beautiful.
Beautiful.
It's pretty
Beautiful.
It's pretty brutal, a bludgeoning with the wood.
And beautiful in the same time.
Yeah.
No beautiful.
And then Jerry takes his car and his body with the body in it, and stages an accident. Puts him in the front of the car, lights the piece of paper, puts it in the gas tank, and hits the gas.
I knew that he's gonna kill him. It was kind of obvious.
But you didn't know he was going to potentially start a forest fire.
No, that was a surprise. Total surprise. But before that, Jerry changed the picture. You didn't say that. He changed the picture that came in the mail to a different picture. They just went to to Photoshop, and I just wanted to be a fly on the wall to see what was that. Like,
Well, here's my
how
theory.
how did he ask for that? Can I just get a picture of someone else?
And a mustache, a guy with a
Yeah.
mustache.
Yeah, this guy. I like this guy. Give me this one.
Here's what I think he did, because photo stores don't just sell photos of people. I think he bought a frame
Okay.
that has that low battery. I think he
Okay.
bought a frame that had a picture of someone in it already, and then he
Just cut it.
no, you just take it out, because when you buy a frame,
No, but there was a lady on the side. It was like a cut picture.
there was a lady.
Yeah. I don't know if a lady,
I don't
but
think
it was like
I don't remember seeing.
it was like a cut
the
picture.
photo that he bought.
It was something that was cut.
Alright.
See, like.
Yeah, so whatever. That's the theory,
Yeah.
that he bought a frame.
Yeah.
And he took the default photo
Okay,
that
yeah.
comes with it out.
Okay, the
and-
funniest part
and
of that.
Replace the male.
The funniest part of that is that picture of the person that it took looked just like my dad. And we're 4 children from different mothers. So I don't know, we're the typical horror movie family. And
It's a
like
typical-
we were, I don't know, like it sounds like, and we were like the real kids, so I don't know if my dad ever.
Well, she used
Was-
to have 8 siblings, and now she has 3.
I have no idea what happened.
Yeah.
No one told me.
Her dad is
No, but my mom used to have like 10 siblings. They all died in Yemen. They didn't have
10 siblings?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
10 kids that died, one after one after one after one, and then my uncle was born. Yeah, in Yemen, it's like
The mortality rate is higher in Yemen.
yeah, they don't have like hospitals and stuff. They're like they get married when they're like 15. They don't know what they're doing. 10 kids, boom. I'm not sure if like the 10 is the right number. I felt since forever that it's like an overrated number.
Yeah.
But maybe, but I know that she had a brother that died after a week that he was born, and everyone came to the brit,
Okay.
to the
Bris, the cutting of the
the
foreskin.
bulbul. Yeah.
Alright.
You know that after that we should eat it. Brings bless.
If anyone has any good foreskin recipes, leave them here.
And I think it's a rumor.
Alright, how do we transition
I don't
into
know,
going
I
back
don't
to your
know.
mother had 10
Okay.
dead siblings and
Oh
you
my
should
God,
eat
okay, we
penis
did-
skin? And like, you don't want me to tell you what happens in the movie, but
Okay.
this is a recap. This is what we've been
All
doing
right.
for 30 days.
No, Jerry is coming to say the bad news to Stephanie, and the only thing that I could notice is, oh my God, her Nikes were so fucking amazing.
Yeah,
I
her
need
therapist
them.
died, but her kicks are tight.
Wow, I want them. I'm gonna find them. It's like silver with red swoosh. I'm gonna find them. I'm really
Swoosh?
swoosh,
Swoosh.
swoosh, swoosh. Why swoosh?
I don't know why you said swoosh.
What is swoosh?
I don't think it's a word.
Swoosh, swoosh.
And then dad
I'm
says,
gonna get those Nikes.
you know, in his own way, he brought us together. So then we see the brother looking around the kill house. He finds a magazine, like Good Housekeeping or Travel and Leisure, with a bunch of pages ripped out. So he frantically goes to a bookstore to see if they have a magazine from a year ago, and they do. And the article was about great towns to raise a family, and Oak Ridge, Washington is one of them. So now he can kind of narrow down his hysterical search. And then we see Dad. We see Jerry and Stephanie. They start bonding. They're raising a birdhouse together. Things are going good.
She said she's sorry. She gave him a hard time.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, she kind of, her conspiracy has been cleared because she thinks it was this different mustached default photo guy.
She thought that it's my dad. And
Yeah, she thought it was just some Israeli guy that has many different mothers. And then, so she's out being a kid. She's 16. She's at like the arcade or the sock hop or whatever. And then Paul, her friend from school, pulls up on his Vespa and asks if she needs a ride. She says, only if I can drive. And they're talking, and turns out Paul just got dumped, and they've been a little flirty before. So he walks her up to the door and very sweetly gives her a kiss. And then, oh boy, here comes Mr. Overreaction. Jerry comes out. But he's like, what are you doing? She's only 16. And he's like, I'm 16 too. And then the mom comes out and he's like, he's trying to rape her on the doorstep. A lot of shouting and yeah, it's crazy. So his mental deficiencies and distortion of reality is really fucked up. Maybe he's confusing her with this third grade girl from the other family, and she runs off, and the mother is mad at him. He's just like, after all this progress we've made with Stephanie, you just ruined it. You threw it away. He kind of walks off and looks around, and then the pieces start forming. Like he's about to do what his pattern is. He quits his job, starts taking ferries around. Did you have any hashtags?
No. Oh yeah, he takes his hair off. And I was like, all the time the hair wasn't real, and the wife didn't realize that.
Hey, people were a little bit more secretive with their wigs back then.
Do you have a wig?
But all the time, you didn't realize it either.
Yeah, I know.
So.
Okay, is it real?
This is a wig that I'm wearing. It's a weave. It's actually a weave.
Can I just pull it very hard?
Well, it's a very expensive weave. It comes from India.
No.
Weave is real hair.
All those blonde Indians.
It's real hair that's knotted in with... It's someone else's real hair that is knotted in and tied in with your hair underneath.
Ah, Tosafot? Extensions?
Tosafot! Yeah.
Extensions.
Yeah.
Weave.
Yeah, we've talked too much about hair extensions right now. So, the brother goes to the Oak Ridge Police Department to try to get all the marriage certificates from the year. Gets rebuffed, but a secretary helps, so she thinks that the police officer's a dickhead, so she's like, I'll give out some material that you probably could have found at a newspaper or in the library. So he has this list of people who got married in the last year, so he could start doing some research. And Jerry sets up a new job at insurance, has a silent dinner. Things are not good in the family, but he is just looking ahead to the next step. They talk in silence, and then a pretty funny exchange happens. When the mom says, we have to talk.
Oh, yeah.
He says, I'm taking care of it. She says, by yourself? Yes.
Yes. It's kind of a weird, way to say that.
Yeah. So the brother's going house to house, and he finds a couple in the middle of a divorce. Like, they think that he's a cab, and then, which is funny because it didn't happen that much nowadays. Nowadays it happens all the time. People think you're an Uber. People have tried to get in my car.
It happened to you with my friend.
Yep.
My friend left the restaurant.
I was going to pick her up from work.
He came to pick me up, and she saw him. She knew him. She always tried to open the back door.
She's like, "Oh, you're my Uber." I'm like,
No. I'm here to pick up Yael.
Yeah.
And she was like, No, you're my Uber.
Yeah, she was very convinced.
It was very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all laughed at her.
Yeah.
It's funny that we know her. It's not just like a random person.
Yeah. Oh, what a coincidence. Yeah. I just get on a bus nowadays. I go, "You're my Uber? I don't have to pay for this. I already paid on the app." So the brother goes to the house and he says, "Is this the guy that sold you the house?" And then, yes. Now we're going to continue arguing. So he knows where to go and who the guy is. It confirms him. So then Jerry comes home. He gets confronted by his wife because she called his work and he's not working there anymore. He starts lying to her again. And then he finally hits her with the phone.
Yeah.
Not good. And so things start speeding up. He beats her, knocks her down the stairs. The daughter comes home.
Down the stairs to the garage.
The basement.
To the basement.
Yeah.
Not to the upstairs.
No, he doesn't knock her up the stairs.
No, they were in upstairs, in the same.
Yeah, they were in the kitchen.
The daughter is coming. She calls her mom. She didn't hear her, so she guessed that she's not home. She's going upstairs to take a shower.
A
And
naked
guess
shower.
what she didn't have in her shower? Ta-da!
Oh, good
I'm
prop.
holding a screwdriver that every one of you should have in the shower. Unless you're the murderer and then like don't put it in the shower, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
You should have a
Also,
screwdriver.
don't murder anyone if you're a murderer that's watching
Yeah.
this. Stop
Don't do
what you're
that.
doing. It's
Yeah.
illegal.
But if you're not a murderer, just in case, have like one of these. You can buy like a cheap ones and put it in the shower.
Yeah.
It's a third movie that we're having shower problems.
Yeah. So
In
she
two of
takes
them,
a
they
shower.
did have a screwdriver.
Yeah.
No, it's the fourth one in the shower thing.
Maybe. But this is a classic 80s movie, so they have to show a naked girl. And
They just brought this one from the shower.
They
right?
saved it right for the end. So, all those kids watching this at a sleepover party get to go to bed with a boner. But there's still some blood to be shed.
No!
They get
It would give you a boner?
If you're
That
a
very
kid, if you're a
short
kid
moment?
and there's no pornography accessible to you at any time from the internet, all you had was movies. I still can remember movies in my head that are PG-13 that show boobs in it, and I would rent them, even though if I would already seen them before. to
And
watch
boom,
them
and
again.
it stands?
I don't know that. Yeah, anything.
What?
A light breeze. Never mind a naked girl.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this would have been
Man, you're
this would have
fascinating.
been my favorite movie if I had seen this as a
What,
child.
light breeze?
No, but I mean I know like movies where there was nudity
What's your
and
favorite?
it wasn't even sexy. It was just like like a girl naked in the woods or something, and still you're like,
What
all
movie
right.
did you watch? A girl
Listen,
naked
I
in the
can
woods.
I can name like listen, all right.
Give us the favorite.
Doc Hollywood, Indian Summer. Those are both PG, and Captain Ron. That might be rated R.
Oh my
There's
god,
movies with
you're
just-
a pervert.
There's just there's like whole websites devoted to this now. Apparently,
Oh
I've never
my
looked
God.
at them, but I
On a
just
porn site?
I don't think it's a porn site. They talked about it in the movie, one of those Seth Rogen movies. I think it was Knocked Up or something. It's a website called like Doctor Skin where it shows all
Oh
the
my god, the
all
men
the
you're
nude scenes from
fascinating.
Hollywood movies. But
Very impressive.
anyway, whatever. It happens.
If I had a penis, my penis would stand only for her shoes,
Yeah.
which were extremely amazing.
Yeah.
I need them.
So there's this whole fight scene, and well, not a fight scene, but Jerry tries to kill her, and meanwhile downstairs Jim comes in, and
And he did a lot of work. All the movie.
yeah,
And then tell them what happened. He
Well-
came inside.
Jerry recognizes him, Jim, and stabs him in the heart.
And that's it, and he died. I'm like, what? That's not fair.
Yeah, but
That's-
Jerry does say, you should have called before you came over. Yeah.
No, but I was kind of upset that they killed him like that after all the job that he did.
Yeah.
But and then I tried to think like, so why the hell did they bring him over there? And apparently he was carrying a gun, and he tried to pull it off.
He was carrying a gun that was recommended to him by a police
Yeah.
officer.
Yeah, but when he tried to like take it out, so it wasn't like fast enough, so it died already.
No. He
But the
practiced
gun.
shooting, but not drawing.
Yeah, but so the gun was in the scene. So we have a gun in the house, alright? That's an important part.
Yeah.
That's why they brought him all the way.
Yes.
And
So the girl, Stephanie, is running away. Runs upstairs, almost gets grabbed, almost gets stabbed through the bathroom.
and when she's in the bathroom, something that I really want to recommend if someone that made or was part of the movie Inside, the American version, I want you to watch it and think
The movie Inside.
the movie Inside, and if you watched a recap and heard like how mad I was at the people that created the movie. So if you created the movie Inside, just watch that movie and just find out what you did wrong. So how old is she? 16. So
No.
16 years.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So 16 years old girl, the mirror was broken. The first thing that she did is to look for a towel. She took a towel and then she
Made a handle with it.
yeah,
For a piece of
for
glass.
a piece of glass. That's how you do that.
Yeah.
Stupid Sarah from
So
Inside.
But he was making
Yeah.
a mirror knife.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, because the girl from Inside just picked up a mirror glass with her hand.
Yeah. You know. pregnant women.
And also she scratched the killer instead of like break her arm or something.
Yeah.
She scratched.
We're done with Inside.
Yeah, we're definitely not.
Unless we recap the original one.
Yeah, we will.
We're gonna, yeah. So, she runs away up to the attic, classic Black Christmas type of thing. No suffocated sorority girl is up there. And
I was kind of proud of her when she picked up the glass, but then she went upstairs. No!
Well, yeah.
We talked about it in a different recap.
Yeah.
Never go upstairs.
So he follows her up there, and it's one of those attics where it's not solid floor, so they're walking along the posts, and he tries to take a swipe at her, and he falls through, and he falls into the bathroom, knocks his head on the toilet or on the floor. He's out. So she climbs down, and she hears her mother climbing up the stairs, still beaten, and then Jerry's behind her. And the mother takes out the gun and shoots him, but only hits him, like wounds him in the leg.
Yeah, one of the bullets she spent on the picture.
Yeah, she misses.
She's really, like, it wasn't even close, like, boom.
She's a beaten woman. She probably never shot a gun before. I'll give her a pass.
That's what I told you. You should just, like,
She's
practice.
one for 3. So, yeah, and then she's out of bullets, and then the daughter finally is able to barely get the knife away from Jerry, and she gets him right in the heart.
Ow.
He falls down the stairs. It doesn't say how much time passes after that, but some time has occurred. Mom and Stephanie look a little bit better, like they've recovered from the trauma of all this. And Stephanie saws down the birdhouse that her and Jerry helped raise together. Doesn't check if there's birds inside. You know, no dogs died, but some bird eggs might be a little smashed up. And kind of real cool cinematography, the image of the broken home and the girls walking away in the background, and then
Cinematography.
the end.
I say that every recap just to practice. And the movie was really good, so watch it if you didn't watch it or if that wasn't enough for you. And let us know what you think. Beside that, go down here and subscribe. Press the subscribe.
Tomorrow you can do that on iTunes and YouTube.
Oh yeah, you can do that on iTunes. You can do that iTunes.
SoundCloud.
You can't see me, but I'm pointing to the. I have no idea where's the subscribe is, but I'm pointing to the direction. Yeah, so subscribe, iTunes, YouTube, like us, share, write a comment.
Like, share on Facebook.
Yes.
CHER. She's had it too hard for too long.
What?
Sonny and Cher broke up. Check out her movie Mermaids. It's
What?
on VHS.
Check it.
I said like, share.
I'm confused.
Alright.
Beside that, tomorrow, so the recap is gonna be Before I Wake on Netflix, so you still have a day to watch it, unless you're watching it after that, so you can watch it right now and watch it after. Or if you watch it already, you can just watch it. But anyway, subscribe to get the updates and see us tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, I love you.
Bye.
Tomorrow, you always awake.
No.